Baddies, the show Baddies, and the fact that it is in real life ruining young black women and black girls wholeheartedly. It is, in my opinion, adding to the problem of hypersexuality when it comes to black women and black girls. The black women and black girls using their fists, arguing, fussing, and fighting, as opposed to trying to stick together. Just really like, I feel like it's real bad. And for the life of me, I don't understand how no one understands or realizes that Lemmy Plummer, he is the devil, honestly. And he is ruining black women and black girls with every disgusting edition of Baddies. Not only that, is he is going across the world and spreading this poison of women entertaining other women and the world by attacking each other and acting like they don't have any couth. Like, honestly, I just don't know what to say. And the fact that Baddies is so normalized, like the audition process, do y'all know how nutty it is to have an audition process where you encourage complete strangers to fist fight with one another for a spot on the show so that they can continue to fist fight with people that they don't even really have no real problems with? Like, that is nuts. And when you see people in real life behaving in this way, like E. Kane, I just saw a video of her outside in a supermarket parking lot twerking and shaking her booty on live where people are around. And it's like, at what point do you realize that what you're doing is disgusting? What you're doing makes you look low class and the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Number two, I wanted to talk about Jay-Z selling out the black community. I really, at this point, I feel like Jay-Z knows the amount of worship that Beyonce gets in the black community. And so maybe he feels like he can do no wrong because he's her husband. At this point, I feel like Jay-Z is definitely playing in the face of black people. He already played in the face of black people with the NFL. Now he's played in the face of black people with the Reasonable Doubt release partnership with Target. And I find it to be disgusting. And I personally don't think that Jay-Z is even, I don't think he's that relevant anymore musically for everybody to want to run over there and buy his old album in the first place. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But all I know is that I think that, unfortunately, no matter how much you love Beyonce or you like Beyonce, I really do believe that she's the exact same type of person that Jay-Z is. Because if she wasn't, why is that your man? Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can get some people in here, y'all. I'm going to see if I can get at least 20 people in. If I cannot, I'm going to end the live, y'all, and I'll come back later. I'll let you up, Feminine Melanin, but if I can't get like 20 people in here, I'm going to come back later. I'll come back later and do it. Maybe not later today, but maybe tomorrow.
Okay, you want me to save my thoughts till then?
I mean, you can still give them right now if you want, or you can save it. It's up to you. It's totally up to you,
Okay.
sis.
Okay, well, cool. I'll feel free to repeat it later. I'm pretty sure it'll be more that come to mind. Hello to you today. Hello to your audience. Okay, so I want to jump right into number two. Jay-Z selling out the black community. He has been doing that for a very long time. I remember when he was back with that dude who is a Pedialyte in behind bars right now. I remember when he came out with him, and um he was stopping Jay-Z from a lot of different um interviews that, you know, Jay-Z was signed up to try and do. So he has a handler, and his handler is right now behind bars because he doesn't know no means no, right? So that's part one. Part two, I said back when he had those young boys during the NFL boycott, he had those young boys who had locks in their hair in the midst of Crown Acts being passed around the U.S. He had them boys shave off their locks, and he had locks himself at the time as well. Couldn't believe it. Told them that it was something that was going to advance their life. He had them boys cut their locks off. It wasn't even like they were like raggedy looking, nasty looking. No, he just wanted them all to cut their locks off. Ask me where those boys are right now. Nobody knows. Because he didn't even keep up with these boys. It was supposed to be a 4 year,
I'm
a
sorry.
summer program that turned into a four. Oh, I'm sorry.
Feminine, I'm sorry. I just wanted to respond to this woman in the comments, Squidla, whatever your name is, who you said that black women were ruined long before. I really can't take you seriously when you don't have pants on in your profile picture. You're on TikTok with no pants on. Girl, the call is coming from inside the house, sister. So, I mean, you got to watch your mouth when you're talking about black women, honestly, especially when you don't got freaking pants on. Okay? That's what I'm going to need you to do is to put on some pants first. Okay? Before you say anything about anybody, please, for the love of God, put some pants on. And I really am taking it easy with you because there's a lot more that I could say. You know what I'm saying? But I won't. I won't. Because I don't know if you're a black woman or not. I can't tell. Let me blow up your picture. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. I thought this lady didn't have pants on until I blew up her picture and I realized that never mind. I bite my tongue. I
Now
thought
you
you didn't
make me
have
want to
pants
go
on.
look.
I'm just gonna say that. I realized you do have pants on. I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead, Feminine Melody. I don't want to be mean. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Oh my
sorry for
God.
interrupting.
But you know what? If that is the case, if let's just say women were ruined before then, it still was shows like Baddies, the equivalent or close proximity to Baddies, that ruined it for black women. I mean, even before Baddies, you had people trying to vie for the love of what's that guy name with the clock? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name.
Flavor Flav?
Flavor Flav. The stuff that they were doing for Flavor Flav, that was the most pick-me-ish thing that I could have, and delusional too. I was like, what is going on here? And y'all letting him play y'all too? Get out of here. There's absolutely no way. So there was stuff before then. Even before that, rap music. Sorry, I know people don't like to attribute, but yeah, rap music. Rap music, the degradation of black women has been going on for a very long time. And so, however you want to see it, shows that places women in this sort of light has ruined women. And I'm not going to say all women, because we all ain't ruined. We all ain't ruined. And at the same time, some people can go from being a tarnished fruit to having better, how should I say? You can't save a tarnished fruit, if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean. That's why I took offense to what she said because it's always black women that say things like that, like they make it like all black women are ruined or there's something wrong with all of us. But you know what? They never mean themselves though. They always mean every other black woman except them. And it's just like black women that do that really make me upset because it's like y'all want to get online and talk about how black women don't do this, black women don't do that, black women are so bad, da, 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 da. But then when somebody say, does this apply to you? No, no, no. It doesn't apply to me now. It don't apply to me though. What you mean? Like, I really,
Absolutely.
really hate that. I really, really hate that. It makes me so upset. Like, you're not separated. You're not a different species. You're a black woman just like everybody else. There are some black women that aren't doing whatever you're talking about, whatever when these women say these things. That's why I made sure that I said that I feel like it's ruining young black women, the type of young black women that watch and consume this type of content. Because
Hmm.
this was like maybe 3 years ago on TikTok. I had got into it with this little girl. I had to go to her page and realize that she was like 12 because I had talked about Baddies and the influence that it was having way back then. And I was like, these girls are getting even more ignorant, wanting to fight all the time, thinking that just because every argument, every discussion, everything has to be settled with putting your hands on somebody. And she was just saying all of this stuff, jumping off the front door, off the front porch, calling me all type of B's and 304s and stuff. I said, man, who the heck is you talking to? And I had to go over there and go to her page. And this girl was like, I don't, 12, 12, 13. She might not have even been 12. And she's talking about how she watched Baddies, her mama don't care, and all of this stuff. And that's exactly what I'm saying. It is making a lot of young black girls and black women extremely argumentative and violent and also promiscuous and hypersexual because that's what these girls push on these doggone shows and make it like it's cute. And it's not cute. And also, I think it promotes low racial self-esteem because they always put these other
Absolutely.
non-black girls on there and they be using the N-word and everything else. I don't know too much about Baddies, right? Other than the clips that I see on TikTok and whatnot. They said it is some girl, she's Hispanic, and she was arguing with some black girl and called her a slave. And I'm
What?
like, what in the world? And then I'm looking in the comments and seeing black women who apparently like this girl on Baddies defending it. And it's just like, let me tell you something. If you're not black, I don't care if you're Hispanic or Latino either. You sit there and you call me a slave. In my face, I promise you. I promise you, hands is to follow. Like, period. What you gonna call me a slave? Are you crazy?
Have you lost your mind?
Yeah, like that's crazy to me. Like wild because it's like and I just be feeling like I said, it's a lot of yeah, I don't want to say because I'm not one of them people that want to put it just on the youth because it's not, but it's a lot of black people with low racial self-esteem. And a lot of times, like, I feel like we always talk about black men and you know how black men be like after white women and they have low racial self-esteem. But truth be told, a lot of black women do too. Because anytime it's these non-black women in here wearing braids, culturally appropriated, using the N-word, anywhere you go, you're going to see a whole bunch of black women defending them. Don't let them tell you you can't do that. It ain't that big a deal. She said the N-word. You be like, what is wrong with you? Like, but I don't know. I just really feel like Baddies is a huge problem. I literally watched some Baddies audition from a while back, and they got these girls up there. These girls don't even know each other. They are going head on, okay, hitting each other, ripping each other wigs off, and I'm like, what the bro? You don't. This like, do you know her? Nah, I don't know her. Then why in the world is y'all fighting like this? Like,
To
how in
the
the world you
to
gonna be
the
fighting
depth.
somebody you don't even know?
Yeah,
What
to
do
the
they
depth. It's very
do?
embarrassing. And when they had the
It's
audition
crazy.
in Detroit, I couldn't believe
Oh
how many
yeah.
women showed up to the audition. But then I was like, nah, because some of these girls already fighting in line. I'm like, so y'all
Oh
came to look
yeah.
good to fight like this? And then it was like when they interview them, like, yeah, where y'all from? Where y'all from? And I was like, oh, should have known. They ain't from Detroit. Majority of the girls in that line were all saying that they were from somewhere else. And I was like, no wonder. I'm like, where are these girls coming from? Or, they telling it, but I'm like, where are these girls coming from in their cities where this is normalized? And the only thing I can think of is it's not. Y'all out here looking for attention that bad? Is it that bad out here? What are you gaining from the show?
That's what I'm saying. All right, well, let me keep going. I'm gonna go next up here to Kalandra, and then I'll go up here to Raven. Okay, go ahead, Kalandra. Yeah, because I don't know,
I
but I
think
agree with you, Vivian.
allowing, I
Hey,
think
how you doing,
allowing,
Kalandra?
what's up, Trigger? Hey, everybody. I think allowing Natalie Nunn to create a show like that with the comments that she used to say about black people on Bad Girls Club, I just think that's really wild because she would always like, I'm trying to think, because I never watched Bad Girls Club, but I did watch a video about her where they were kind of dragging her. And I think she was like, it's ghetto. She was talking about their skin complexions, how she was pretty. And I don't know, is Natalie Nunn biracial?
Yes, yes.
She would definitely think that she was like better than the black
He
girls
has a
on
white
Bad Girls
mom.
Club.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, I don't keep up. I never watched Bad Girls Club.
I
So
know the
I
clip
think
you're
it's
talking about. Yeah.
she would like always talk about it. And so I think it's like really wild that people allow her and Jocelyn, two non-black women, to create shows like that and like get money off of it. I think that's really wild to me. I'm sorry. Cause she definitely was always like, oh my God, that's ghetto. And then I think she talked about this one girl's skin. And then I feel like I saw a clip where she called somebody a monkey. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and find that clip. Jay-Z selling out the black community. That's not really surprising to me because I'm one of the people that believe it's no ethical billionaires. And so that's why it's not really surprising to me. I feel like people like him only care about their pockets. I do think it's very disingenuous to put your album on Target, knowing how the black community kind of, some of us was boycotting Target. So I think that's very disingenuous, but it's not surprising because at the end of the day, I personally think Malcolm X said this a long time ago. I don't feel like singers and things, certain people should be spokespersons for us. I know that some people do like, I like music too and I listen to it too, but I don't think you should look for celebrities to be your spokesperson. I know you can like people and stuff, but for me, I think at the end of the day, you do have to keep in mind that these people care about their pockets more than anything else. And so him selling out the black community, doing that collab with Target is not surprising to me at all. When it comes to boycotts, Trigger, can you explain to me number 3?
Oh, I mean, I was just talking about like, what do you guys think about boycotts? What do you think about like a lot of the stuff that's happening right now? Like people saying that they're not messing with the Asian restaurants and things of that nature and the nail salons and the boycott with Target and all that.
I support the boycotts, but I don't think I do think people should boycott it because I don't think you should support people who don't like people that look like you. I don't think you should put your money into things that people who don't support you. I definitely do agree with that, but I think the problem is that I don't think that's gonna happen because I feel like, excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel like we're not on code in the black community enough like other races are. And I really hate to use Love Island as an example, but how that girl Sierra got kicked off for whatever comment she made about the Asian community, and then how Savannah got kicked off, and you had black people like saying, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal that she used the N-word," stuff like that. I feel like if we were more on code in the community, I feel like we would not be where we are. I feel like we allow disrespect. I feel like raccoons in our community is a part of that. People wanted validation from other races of people and always feeling like that about people. And so I think that when it comes to boycotting, because not enough of us can get on code, is the problem. And then I also feel like we shouldn't look for like celebrities to like lead boycotts and stuff because at the end of the day, they don't go through the same thing. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get discriminated against, but then you have to look at classism and stuff. And so for me, Jay-Z doing that wasn't surprising to me. But even with the Target boycott, Jamal Bryant, when he tried to say it was over, I don't know who decided to make him the spokesperson of the Target boycott anyway.
I'll tell y'all, with the boycotts, with like the Asian restaurants and nail salons and stuff, I have actually been surprisingly proud of black people because I have seen like a lot of like Asian people making videos and stuff talking about their businesses have been empty and stuff like that, and I love to see it. Me personally, I've I've been not liking the way that Asian people treat black people at their places of business. So when everybody was talking about this, I was like straight because I had already said I was never eating at an Asian restaurant years ago because of what they was doing. Like years ago, I hadn't did that, and years ago I hadn't. Well, no, I guess I did. I did eat at a couple places now that I think about it, but I definitely hadn't went to no nail salon, period, and got my nails done or nothing. So I was like actually great. And then as far as the beauty supply store, I know everybody was talking about I seen some Asian man talking about how nobody's gonna be able to do that. If your goal is Asian Americans specifically to not put money into their places, you can order online. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I will be doing moving forward if I have anything that I have to get. Cause sometimes you can't help that you have to get certain things, and you're gonna have to give some money to somebody. But me personally going there to their places, I'm no longer doing that, period. And I've seen a lot of Black people doing that. I've seen a lot of I've been reposting all of the Black owned beauty supplies that I see all over the United States in my feed. I've been doing all of that because I am not playing. They will never see me again. Okay? Period. Because they need to know that you need to know that a lot of your business, the reason why you're able to be successful and consider yourself the model minority is because of Black people helping you. Black people coming and give you the money. Because the white people are not giving you that money. The Hispanics not giving you that money. It's Black people most of the time giving you that money. And it's really just that simple. And let's see, since y'all say y'all don't need them or hurry up and buy and all of this stuff, let's see what you do when and we don't need everybody to boycott, because you already know it's always going to be people that won't. And be like, oh, forget that. I got stuff to get. I got stuff to do. I ain't about to do that for that. That ain't no big deal. I don't care. They ain't do. It's always going to be people like that. But if you can get 30, 40, 50% of Black people to do this, that's enough to hurt people's bottom line. And that's enough for people to still have to close their doors. Imagine if right now at your job, if your salary was cut by 50%. Oh, can you still pay your bills or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or will you have difficulty or not? So it's just like, if you could just get 50%, we could just get half of Black people, even 30, 40%. We can still do something. And I truly believe that's what's happening right now. Something is happening. I ain't never seen this many Black women in my FYP talking about they going to Black owned nail techs. They going to Black salons to get their nails done. I ain't never seen this many Black women. I kid you not. Every time I log into TikTok, that's all I see is Black women talking about, yeah, I just got my nails done. I went to a Black place. They're really professional here. This is a whole Black salon. And I seen it in many different states. And I'm like, all right, clock it. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me shut up and keep going. Go ahead, Raven.
I agree with you. And I'm in California, LA specifically, but when out here getting your nails done, like they half-ass it anyway. They will tend to others and make sure that they do their nails properly. But with us, I noticed that they want to drill it off and just get you in and out of there real fast. So I've been not going to nail shops for I would say over 5 years now. I do my own nails and I save a lot of money. And I think we should all either learn how to do our own stuff or just purchase and shop with our own kind, because they want us out of there anyway. So I don't understand why they're shocked and they want us to come back. The Baddies thing, I don't really understand what those girls do. They don't shop. They don't eat. They're just standing. It seems like they're standing in a room or some sort of studio and they just fighting each other. And I literally made a Reddit post about that. And everybody was just like, yeah, we don't really get it. It's poisoning to the young girls that are watching it. There's a lot of young girls that are watching this show. And I really don't understand what's the point of it. It's like, do they want to be wrestlers? I don't really get it.
I feel you. I totally
you
understand.
notice they just standing in some studio or something. They don't eat, they don't go shopping, they don't do girl feminine things. What are they teaching these girls?
I really wanted to know that. I don't watch the show. I don't keep up. Like I said, I saw it back when they were coming to Detroit to audition. But I thought Baddies, when I first heard it.
I'll give you 1 minute, but feminine, because then I got to go up there to Queen. She hasn't had a chance to speak yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll say this real quick. I I thought Baddies was a show about girls getting out here and truly being baddies, like showing how they get out here, shop, eat, stunt, have a good time. And from what I keep seeing clips of, it seems like they're just always fighting. But go ahead, sorry.
All right, I got you. I got you. All right, let me go next. I'm sorry, I didn't. My daughter was in here asking me for something, y'all. Go ahead, Queen of Facts.
I triggered. Hey, so
Hey, you breaking up some, sis?
let me just Wi-Fi on.
Okay, no problem.
Okay,
And
can you
thanks
hear
for
me now?
coming, Raven.
That's
Thanks for
better.
coming, Raven Lux. Okay, go ahead, Queen.
Oh, as far as Baddies, Baddies is horrible, and I've never watched it. I've only seen clips. But you see the impact of Baddies when you see like the high school girl that graduated and she decided to do a split and then dry hump the floor. And you see how many people are just like, well, I don't see anything she did wrong. The school had no business taking her diploma when that was absolutely disgusting. The graduation was not the time nor the place for behavior like that. But that's Baddie's culture. So much so that she felt it was appropriate to do not only in front of the school and the strangers that were there, but her parents and those people that came to support her, probably her grandparents. There is no way I would get on the floor and dry hump in front of my grandmother. Like, I'm just not doing that. That's inappropriate. But when we see the black schools, like all the clips of the kids, like just how wild they behave, they're fighting. And when you listen to the context of what they're saying, like during these altercations, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever why they're in these brawls, you know? It's horrible. Somebody said she was bouncing. Describe it how you want. Again, it was dry humping. Anytime your cooch is touching something, it's humping, okay? As far as Jay-Z selling, I just learned here with you guys that Jay-Z is going to be selling his music in Target. I definitely think that's a slap into his supporters' face because ain't nobody supporting him like that, outside of our community and got him where he is today. So I do think that I won't be doing anything else Jay-Z nor Beyonce because as a wife of 28 years, one thing I know is we are a direct reflection of our husbands and they are of us. We be on the same page, okay? They've been married long enough to know we know he took this to Beyonce and she, whether she agreed or not, he still did it. So I think it's a reflection of both of them. Now, as for the boycott, I don't do Asian services. I'm 51 years old. I've been around where I live before they even came into the communities. I don't support Asian businesses and things like that for like a little bit over a decade now because of just how nasty they are. I do think that we are still going to have people in our community that do support them. We can't break them away because they're coons and they're ignorant. But for those people, and that's the same thing with the tethers, not just the Asians, but the Africans and all the other people as well. When we see them making videos of them being abused in stores and things like that, scroll right past them because you've been told. So the fact that you choose to go against us and then enter their business and support them when they wrong you, you don't get to come back to us and think that we're going to support you and be your voice. No, it doesn't work like that. When I see these women getting dragged up in these braid shops by these Africans, girl, I scroll right on by because you've been told to stay up out of there. It's enough black girls braiding hair. You getting your hair done. Of course it's important, but at the same time, having nails, these things are not necessities and these are not things that you cannot plan around. So there is no real urgency. I can see if you had to go to what do you call it? A dialysis clinic and they was running the dialysis clinic and that's the only one. But you're talking about to go get fake hair, to go get press on it, to go get nails and all these things that you don't have to have right away and that you can also order online. So yeah, I'm down for the boycott and I'm not supporting them, nor am I going to, if your son gets shot or get pew-pewed in the back in another one of their stores, hey, I'm scrolling right by.
All right. I got you, Queen of Hacks. All right, let me go next up here to Kalandra and then Monico. and then feminine. Go ahead, Calandra.
I just want to respond to that girl, that lady in the comments. I don't really think it's judging children by saying what the young lady was doing was inappropriate, but I do think that y'all should be teaching your kids about time and place, because like I said, I understand what it's like. I done graduated twice, three times actually. I understand what it's like to like be excited when you're graduating, but I don't think that was the time and the place. And that young lady lost her scholarship. And like I said, their kids Juneteenth, but the point is that's not the behavior that you should want your child to be doing. It is a time and a place for that. Happy at your graduation, I get it. She would have hit a flip. I think for me, her hitting a split, I don't think that was the problem. But when she started like popping her cheeks, that started to become a problem for me, because you're about to go into the real world, and that's not the way that you're supposed to behave in the real world. Kids behave that way. And I think that the problem is in these days and times is that kids don't have teen media. I think when you don't have like something to separate teens from like what we consume as adults are a problem. I like, for me, I was a high school teacher, and I definitely like the same stuff I was watching, my students were watching too. And so I feel like that's one of the problems. Kids are exposed to a lot more things due to phones and things. And also I feel like parents don't really have conversations with their kids anymore. I'm not saying that you can shield your kids from things, but you do need to teach your kids that it's a time and a place for everything, because I mean, you're going to learn that when you go into the real world. Like, you have to carry yourself. Your point is annoying. You have to carry yourself. But the problem is that kids, I have a 3-year-old child. Well, I'm not gonna use my son, but my sister, for example, one thing I teach my sister: be mindful about how you carry yourself. Bouncing on stage at a graduation, that wasn't the time or the place to do that. And that girl lost her scholarship. Now, I don't think now. And that's not how you're supposed to behave. Like, that's the problem. And the problem with parents is that y'all don't teach your children how to act, decorum, time, and places. And because it's not a separation of teen media, they're consuming the same things that they see on TV. And their minds are becoming of what they see on TV, because they think that's the way to go. The things that are being promoted in our community is not the things, is not always positive. And when you have kids, like, for example, when they talk about the type of music that first certain rappers make, that I feel like they make music for grown women. Now, I do understand that kids, like I said, because it's not a separation of teen media, once they kind of leave like baby media or like Disney Junior, and they go straight to like the type of media that we're consuming, I do think that influences your mind. Whether you choose to admit it or not, things that you watch on TV does have an impact on your mind. And if you don't think that, and as parents, you should be teaching your children that. My mom would always teach us to be mindful about how you carry yourself as young ladies. And what she was doing on the stage at the graduation, maybe at a party, if you were doing that, that would have been different. But I don't think that was the time and place to do that at the graduation.
All right. I got you. Calandra. All right, let me next go up here to Monico.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, oh my God. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. Triggered. I'm one of your YouTube members, and this is my first time catching a live on.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. I'm gonna try not to geek out, but I really adore you. I love what you're doing with your platform. I think you're so real. And I'm just so happy to participate in my first live with you. So let me address the prompts. First, Baddies. I have never seen that show ever. Not one episode. Not really my thing. I know it's on the Zeus network. Never watched that either. But I do agree with a lot that's been said here so far. In my opinion, and people may disagree, it starts in the home. As a mother, I have 3 adult children. My daughter is my youngest child. She's 21, and she's just, I raised her. I did not expose her to certain things, and I, you know what I mean? And I led by example. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but I did do my best to set an example for my daughter, and that's why she wasn't on her graduation stage popping her pee, And I mean, that's all I have to say about that, because I really don't watch the Baddies show, but I do agree with a lot that has been said on here. And I just really do believe that as parents, we have a responsibility. As mothers, we have a responsibility to set an example for our daughters, and then a lot of this stuff will be curbed. But aside from that, the second prompt, Jay-Z selling out the Black community. Well, that's nothing new. In my opinion, Jay-Z's been selling out the Black community. You know, I don't listen to his music anymore. When I was younger, yeah, I'll be 50 next year. So, you know, I did grow up listening to his music when I was younger, but I don't anymore. And I think he's long left the Black community behind. He's a uber capitalist, and he's all about making his money. And even though I don't have no gripe with Beyonce, I think she's all about making her money too. And I just think that we shouldn't be looking to them to lead us anywhere. You know, I mean, look at Tidal. Look at all the people that worked for his company, Tidal. If you looked at any pictures of the employees at Tidal, guess what they have in common? 99% of them were white or non-Black. So that should tell us all we need to know. He's left the Black community behind a long time ago. I'm still boycotting Target, and no celebrity is going to decide whether I'm going to boycott Target or not. I'm going to boycott Target until Target doesn't exist anymore. Okay, and I'm also boycotting Walmart, and I'm also boycotting Asian businesses and Black communities. Okay, and that goes to the third prompt. I just got my hair braided by an ADOS hair braider here in Chicago on the north side. Her name's Haley. She's absolutely amazing, very professional, amazing, awesome, and I can't wait to go back to her again. I rarely get my nails done, but when I do, it'll be with a Black nail technician. And I'm 100% dedicated to this boycott. I'm down for my people, period. End of discussion, you know? And, you know, I'm not here to preach to anybody else what they choose to do, but I feel that this is a life, and I feel we're in life or death mode right now. And I feel that we all should do our part. Now, we can't make other people do their part, but I feel the morally upright thing to do would be to stand in solidarity. And even if you don't want to boycott, don't get on social media and declare that you're not boycotting. Keep that shit to yourself. Pardon my language. Keep that to yourself. You know, at least stand in solidarity in silence. And that's all I'm going to say. Sorry for rambling, but thank you so much, Triggered. Bye.
All right. No problem, sis. I appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, I think everything you said was pretty on point. So I'm serious about boycotting the Asian businesses and Black communities and the Asian businesses that aren't either. So I'm very serious about that. Let me, I will have some more to say, but let me just keep going that way because I got some 3 people that haven't a chance to speak yet. All right, Feminine, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then I'm going to go up here to Miss Andress and Mick Molly.
I am over here fighting for my life right now with a fly. Feel free to let somebody else go next.
Oh, okay.
It's trying to get my food, and a fly just got in the house because I walked in.
Oh, I hate flies. They get on my nerves.
It's same here. I'm over here fighting, swatting, running through the house with a spray bottle.
Oh,
Girl,
okay.
y'all enjoy yourself. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, so let me go next up here then to Miss Andress. Go ahead, Miss Andress. Go ahead, sis.
Hi. Hold on one second. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So my thing is Baddies ruining young Black women to an extent, but I don't feel like the blame should be on one particular TV show, because at the end of the day, parents are allowing their children to watch this. You know what I'm saying? They're paying for the accounts, or, you know what I'm saying, they're giving their children access to the accounts or whatever, the network. So they have to have some accountability too. I feel like this generation of children feel like they are on adult level because of some of the things that they have. You know, it's materialistic things. They feel like they're up there with an adult. Like they have iPhones, Balenciaga gym shoes, you know what I'm saying? Anything you as an adult work hard for, these children have. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this entitlement that they have, but they don't understand that there are consequences that go along with the actions that they have acting as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So because when you're and I'm not on anybody's side or anything. I don't want to make it seem like I'm on the Asian side or anything, because I'm totally not. But when you go into the world presenting yourself as an adult, other people might not be able to recognize that you are a child. And so that plays a big role on a lot of things too, because sometimes when I see some of these young men, I'm like, is this a grown man or is this a little boy? You know what I'm saying? I just, I'm keeping it moving, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't even know. But some of the things the way that they act presents as they could be more so of a child. But you know what I'm saying? If you're not paying attention to stuff like that, and you're not cognizant of stuff like that, then you would not think that these young men are children. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an excuse to hunt them down or anything like that. But what I am saying is parents need to be more active, play more of an active role in their children's lives as far as where they're going with what they're consuming, their schoolwork. You know, it's children out here whose parents have from them a whole freaking prom send-off, and they're not even graduating. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why don't you know these things about your children? And when I was growing up, our parents stayed in our business. They were nosy. We hated it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a part of parenting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I have siblings that have children, and they're like, I don't want to raise my children how I grew up. And that is a problem.
All right, I go. Okay, I got you, sis. I mean, I'll just say, like, as far as the kids thing, I just feel like the only time when people say, not saying it's you because you're black, but I feel like black kids are the only ones that people say you got to beware because people don't know that you're a kid. Like, and I don't even really feel like people don't know. I feel like people choose to adultify black children because they don't have any respect for black people. So it don't matter whether you a newborn or whether you're an elder or whether you in between, you're going to get the disrespect and the unaliving and all of it the same way because nobody views black people as human beings. Because if we talking about like the Rick Chow situation, he definitely looked like a minor. He definitely looked like an underage boy, period. He ain't look like he was 18. He ain't look like he was 17. I seen him. He ain't look like that. But everybody else has the ability to be looked at as a child. You got 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old white T boys out here graping people and unaliving them. And nobody is talking about that they are grown. They're talking about they was just a baby. And these are adults, considered to be adults. So I just feel like it's a different rules when it comes to black people, black boys and black girls. And I think it's disgusting. And I just feel like the standards that the world has for us, they don't have for nobody else. But I'm gonna keep going. Let me go next up here to Miss McMiley and then Feminine Melanin. Let me send you to turn your mic on. You there, Miss McMiley?
Yes, hi Trick, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hi Trick. First off, I just want to say that I love your videos. I actually discovered you on YouTube, and I watch your videos every day you upload. Like I discovered you like 6 months ago or so.
Thanks so much, sis.
Yes, ma'am. But I'm a 21-year-old Black woman, and I just graduated college. And basically, since I am kind of, just to refer to the prompt, since I just actually graduated college, based off my generation and such, a lot of people around me, I've noticed we kind of grow up the same, but and we get the same education, but I notice a lot of people around me are easily influenced by social media. So when it comes to Baddies and such, I think I watched one season of it back in 2023 because it was the hype and I was seeing clips on TikTok and stuff. And I thought it was whack, just in my opinion, because I was like, okay, I don't know if it's scripted or not, but either way to go, I just felt kind of, as my brain continued to develop and my brain's still developing, I thought it was really sad to see, oh, it's nothing but Black women and they're just fighting each other over nothing. And that's being presented to the world. And we already have this stigma against us when not all of us are like that. And even the women that are on that show, they're probably like I said, playing into a role. It might not be all realistic, but I just think it's really sad, especially as a upcoming young woman, other women my age, just acting a fool, just being influenced by these shows because of you. So my opinion on Baddies, I just think that's really sad. Like I said, I haven't watched it since because honestly, it just gave me brain rot and it just made me have anxiety and such. And I stay in the church, so. But at the end of the day, I know I can't judge nobody. Everybody lives their life how they want to, and I'm never going to judge. But I just think, people can definitely apply themselves. Like I said, go to school, make something up themselves, for sure. As far as Jay-Z selling out the Black community, I never really listened to Jay-Z, honestly. I listened to Beyonce, but as far as Jay-Z, I really don't know too much about him. So I'm not going to speak on him, really. And as far as the boycotts and such, yeah, I saw this situation about the Asian community, but I really don't know too much about it. Like I said, believe it or not, I really don't spend a lot of time on social media because it's like only so much I can take. Because you guys ever be scrolling on social media for a long time and you just see negative on top of negative and negative, and it's like, okay, yeah, I gotta get off. That's how I am, very heavily. And so overall, I just think, Black women are beautiful. As a young Black woman myself, I know what I represent, and I know to make my parents proud because I was raised to be disciplined. And yeah, thank you, Jake.
All right. I got you, sis. I appreciate you. And no, I didn't know exactly what you mean about the scrolling and then just being like, yeah, it's time for me to go and put this phone down. I have to do it frequently. So I know exactly what you mean. All right, so next, let me go down here to Feminine Melanin. Then we'll go to Miss Monica and then Miss Wakanda. I'll set a timer for all you guys. That way you guys can all get a chance to speak. Go ahead, Miss Melanin.
Hey. First of all, congratulations, young lady. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I would have to say something about us being too hard on if we are parenting the children or not. One of the young ladies was mentioning that, the children aren't raised, et cetera, et cetera. No matter what generation we've been in, there have been kids who have rebelled against their parents and what has been taught to them. But in the generation that the children are living in now, and I'm just going to say like the ones who are either somewhere between like 23 and under, a lot of those people probably have parents that have been working a lot. And I say that because statistically speaking, more Black people are working than not working. So there are just people who are working and they're exhausted, they're tired, they can't keep their eyes on every kid. And I'm not trying to give it a full excuse. I'm just saying I recognize from working in the school system, trying to help parents, help their children. And they're overwhelmed, especially if they're in a single parent home. They're just overwhelmed. And so they're trying to teach things, but they can't really control what's going on at the school that they're at with the other kids who are being influential to them. Now, some of us have been a bit more disciplined with what it is that our parents have taught us. And I'm a 44-year-old. But I have like nieces, nephews, little cousins and things. And I can't kid you. I had a niece who showed up to her college graduation. We excited and everything. I mean, going all the way out of town to go and support her. And she showed up drunk as a skunk, y'all. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, we're a family that we don't really drink that much from like my mother's and them children. We don't really drink that much but one. But she was drunk. She was high and she could barely stay awake. She could barely stay awake at her own graduation. She couldn't even get up and give her own speech. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. But I do know my sisters and them didn't raise her that way. The daddy, 2-parent household plus the stepdad. Plus her actual dad. So, I think we discredit Black parents in our community a lot when we can clearly see that no matter which race we talking about, a lot of parents are just overwhelmed and tired. And some of them don't know how to control what it is that their children are seeing on social media. So I think sometimes we do have to back up off of ourselves as Black parents, or about talking about children who just aren't raised. Like Black parents just aren't involved in children's lives enough. Um, and then for the other part, I would have to say that I am enjoying that Black people are boycotting.
Give you one more minute.
Oh wow, dang, I'm sorry. Okay, let me speed it. So I am excited about it. I have been seeing it. I have been going around. I'm driving, and me and my daughter, we are very conscious. We look over, we barely see one car, and I'll be like, well, that got to be the worker. But it is such a blessing to be able to see this in my lifetime, because I'm gonna be honest enough to say that I did not think I would see us get to this point where we've gotten tired enough that we are going to be trying to give each other those dollars and forgetting about what it is everybody else is talking about. So I appreciate that. And that's it on that part. Thank you. I love y'all.
Right, I got you, sis. I got you, sis. Love you too. And I mean, I definitely agree with you. I never thought I'd see it either, and I'm happy. All right, let me go next up here to Miss Monica. Go ahead, sis. I set your timer.
Oh, okay. Hey. Betty's running young Black women. Yeah, but it really has. I think shows like that have been ruined and like ever since Flavor of Love, and I'm really gonna say that. Um, you know, I think that show, side note, kind of opened up the gates of ugly men thinking they are the prize. But yeah, I only time I watched Baddies was just their very first season, where it was supposed to be like old school Bad Girls Club alumni, plus that well that denomination of a person, Sydney Star. Only reason I said only reason I said denomination of a person, I just don't like that personality, and I just didn't like how she ruined Chingy's career. And then they were supposed to do these club appearances, get do all this and that, trying to rebuild their brand. I watched that one season, but then when season 2 came, I said, this is cool. I like it. Something different. Season 2 came, it was just like a whole shit show. I'm like, no. I haven't watched it ever since. JC selling out to the Black community. I'm going to take this as same shit, different toilet paper. Because he always been doing this for years, like for years upon years. Ever since he got his major $1 billion company, he has. I know people like to use Tidal, but technically he doesn't even own Tidal. Tidal, like the headquarters of Tidal, is in Norway, so not excusing it, but yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say. The boycotts. We need a fucking blackout. Like, we need to stop their money. We need to stop their coins. We need to turn into Fakey Minaj and stop silicone Fakey Minaj and stop their whole and stop the bag. Stop their bag, because this is getting tiring, I mean, we all had a story where we've been followed at these Asian markets and these Asian-owned markets, whereas by these Middle Easterners or these Indians, being followed at these beauty supply stores, being disrespected by the by the nail salon. Like, I have a thing, like, if you touch me, I tense up when I get my nails. And then that and then one guy tapped my hand, and I tapped him back, and he I don't do your nail no more. You hear me, motherfucker? You hit me, the fuck? So I never been there since. I mean, that's I go there once in a blue moon. Long story short, ever since I was a little girl, I always went to black nail.
Give you one more minute.
Okay. Ever since I was a little girl, I went to black nail techs. I mean, the first nail tech I went to as a little girl was my mama's coworker. Yeah, it was my mama's coworker. She did nails on the side, and I used to go to her as a little girl and get my little girl manicures while my mama get her nails done. I used to go to my cousin before she stopped being a nail tech to get my nails done. I've been to several other black-owned, nail techs over the years. I really got my nails done because they saturized that market so bad that I rarely got my nails done because of that. So yeah.
All right. I got you, Monica. I say, like I said, people say that they have like difficulties finding like black nail techs, but I never had a problem. I don't get my nails done that often because I use my hands a lot. But when I go on like vacation or it's like a date night or something special, I go get my nails done. I'll go get like a full set or whatever. And but I don't do it frequently. I'm not going to lie. But I tell you what, anytime it's always a black girl. Like it's always been a black girl. Like I said, I haven't been to an Asian salon since I was in my 20s. Okay? My 20s. That's how long it's been since I have went and had my nails done by like Asian people, like literally. And even when it comes to like, I think it was somebody that was talking about like braiding, getting your braids done and stuff like that. I'm not trying to divide the black community or anything like that. I understand, but I am Black American, and I will say that even I would say like it's been like maybe 11 years ago. I would normally have like black women, like Black American women do my hair. But I had went and got my hair braided by like, African people a couple times. And I really didn't like the way they talked to me and treated me. And I think it was like the last time I decided to go to them specifically was like maybe like 11 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, because I had come in there real quick to get some braids, and the way they was raking through my hair, the way they were talking, I knew they were talking about me and, their language or whatever. And I just was like, that's when I stopped really looking at them like I look at just like a Black American person. Like there's a difference. They can also be discriminatory to me. So I, like when people were saying all that stuff about whatever happened and they were telling Black women, Black American women don't go there, I hadn't done that like for over a decade. And it's not that I have any problem with Black people across the diaspora. It's just that like if I keep going to a certain demographic and I get treated a certain type of way, whether you Black or whether you something else, I just be like, nah, like I'm Gucci. Let me find somebody that my own people, and that's just what I believe in doing. But I'm just happy, I never want it to be where Black people across the diaspora are against each other. But I feel like because right now this is an out of the diaspora issue, I just feel like I can just feel so happy about it without feeling any type of regret. If y'all get what I'm saying. But let me keep going. Let me go next up here to Miss Wakanda. Hey, how you doing, sis? It's good to see you.
Hello. Missed you. I love the videos that you've been putting out on YouTube. They're amazing. They have me laughing sometimes, talking to myself. Keep it up, sis. You're doing wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And I think you are hilarious, okay?
Well, I hope you're ready to attend this barbecue because I fired up the grill. So I am so... Oh, wait, sorry. Let me start from number one. Baddies is ruining young black. Yes, it is. And it comes with an aesthetic that I don't like. There's so many girls I'm seeing it. I'm in England and they're saying that, oh, I look ugly with my natural hair. What? And like, because of this whole baddies aesthetic, you're afraid to meet yourself. Like in our day when it was just weaves and leave outs and perms, we still, even if we're not doing a weave or a ponytail or a leave out, we'll still have the permed hair out natural and try to style that. And now I'm seeing there's just a total baddie, I don't know, blackwashing of the aesthetic where the lashes are fake, the hair is a wig, the nails are long. Like we just never see little girls look like little girls. Like I remember back in the day, we used to do hairstyles where, you'd have a swoop at the front, 3 cornrows on the side, half up ponytail, with a peacock fan. And then you had the back tongued and flicked out. Like, 4 hairstyles on one head. What happened to those days? Now, me that I'm fighting for my life to pay for these bills, me and a 18-year-old have the same aesthetic. What am I out here working for? We got the same wig, same bust down, same nails. Her lashes are even longer than mine.
Like, I do think it is ruining them, and in a way where it's affecting their self-esteem and confidence when they don't have all of these things. Jay-Z, I done gave up on that nignog a long time ago. He just continues to fail. I'm heartbroken about Nicki doing the nonsense that she did. But what I'm starting to realize is sometimes it's just a raccoon with money. The same raccoon that we used to cuss out in our local neighborhood, they just gave them some money. And now for my favorite one, the boycotts. Oh, I'm licking my thick black lips because I was getting dragged in October and November on TikTok in London, and my friend Elaine the Pain 880 was getting dragged all up and down the Shade Borough, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, because she basically put it to the Asian community in the United Kingdom. How have you partnered with and supported Black people and the community over the last 70 years since coming in the 1960s? And because they didn't have any real answers, it became a tirade. My friend got doxxed. Her page got banned on TikTok. My lives were being trolled for weeks. I had people in my DMs saying the most horrible racist things. We need I like what the lady said previously. We need a blackout. Don't go nowhere. Today, I was so thirsty. I was upset that I had to spend £1.19. Yes, that's how much it hurt me that I remembered that I spent it. But maybe I'll just go and steal something from one of their shops to put back the balance, because I've not been shopping with them since last year, October, because the traumatic bullying that I witnessed, and even the trolling, the name calling, all sorts of monkeys and chimpanzees in the comment section talking about me. I am not giving them not one red penny. I don't care. I'll rather go without. I'm not driving at the moment, so I'm taking 2 buses and a shopping cart to go to the African cash and carry. I'm literally stocking up on products so that when I run out, I have one to go into. I'm not giving them my money. Piss off. They do not like you. They don't respect you. They only see you as a walking dollar sign. That is it. They do not, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I've been to Asia, I've been to India. They don't like us. When I was in Asia, the most powerful racism that I've ever experienced was actually in India. They're going hard. They're doing overtime. Like, if you thought the Wahites were bad, they take it as it's a religion for them. Like, in that part of the world, if you're a certain caste or color, if you're dark to a certain extent and you're not from a certain type of background where you look a bit mixed or fair, you can't even drink from the same fountain. You can't do nothing. They come here and they dial it down and pretend to blend in, because people, no matter where we are as a Black diaspora people, the Black culture is pervasive. It's cool. It's enigmatic. It's charismatic. You can't do without it. Hip hop is one of the biggest global movements in the world. Hip hop is bigger than any global government. That's how powerful Black Americans are. So everyone wants to have a piece of you. Stand your ground and do not go back to their shops. And I love you guys.
All right. I got you. Wakanda, I appreciate everything you said, sis. And I definitely agree. Well, hold on. Somebody else just sent a request, so I'll go to her and then I'll say something. Go. Let me set your timer. Neri, is that right?
Yeah. I think Baddies is ruining young Black women. I feel like it's very violent. Jay-Z selling out the Black community. I would say maybe he's a billionaire. I don't fully trust his intentions. 3. I can't see the 3. Sorry. Oh, boycotts and more. Okay. Yeah, I think the boycott thing is good. I'm out here in Queens, New York. Every beauty supply store is owned by Asians. They follow us around the store. They're very disrespectful.
All right. I got you. I've been talking now to quite a few Black women and also some Black men. And there seems to be a lot of Black people that are really serious about this boycott. And when I talk about boycotts, I always try to talk about it from a realistic lens, because you might need something or whatever, and you might have to get a necessity or something for your hair. But I really see Black people, for the most part, they not playing. they not playing. Like women that feel like they need to get their nails done or for whatever, or talking about getting press-ons, or they're finding because they got the little toe press-ons now too. They're talking about that, doing that, or getting their nails done by someone black specifically. Not going to. I can't tell you how many black women who I've seen like fried rice and crab rangoons and egg rolls and stuff in their. They say, "Oh, I'm making it. I went online and got a recipe and da 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 da." Like for real, for real. Like I promise you, last week my husband made beef and broccoli. I really love beef and broccoli and white rice. Man, my husband made some beef and broccoli. I was like, yeah, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Because I really am serious. Like, I'm so proud of black people, and I'm just hoping that this will show everybody that it's black people will be cool to a point to where they not. And hopefully this will teach people to watch your freaking mouth. Shut up. Because I really am applying this to anybody. If I have to spend my money with somebody not black, I will, but certain things I'm not doing regardless. I think I said this on another live. Like, I really love Mexican food. Like, that's my second favorite food to eat. I went to culinary. I don't tell everybody that I know how to cook really, really, really well, super well. But sometimes I don't feel like cooking. And I would go to like my local place and get birria tacos, birria pizza, street tacos, all of that stuff. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing it no more. Because all of the things I seen them say underneath these Rick Child things, Hispanic people specifically, you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? They have said like, oh, y'all monkeys, black fatigue, this, that, and the third. I said, oh, okay, bet. Y'all got something to say? I'm not giving y'all my money either. I'm not giving them my money either. And if anybody likes birria, hopefully I'm saying it right, birria, whatever. Anybody likes that, I promise you, all you have to do is get you a big piece of chunk roast, right? Put that in your crock pot and get you a birria bomb. I don't know if most places they got one. If not, you can look it up online and order it online. Birria bombs, those big old circles. Boom. Put it in that crock pot. Put some beef broth in there. Shut that thing up and check on it again in 8 hours after you cooked it low and slow. 8 to 10 hours. Boom. You got the birria. I promise you, everything else is so easy. Like, you don't have to do it. Like, I know a lot of things may seem like it's like scary and daunting, but it's not. And really, anything that you want to make, you can learn how to make it authentically from the culture that it comes from. All you got to go on is YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and you're gonna find Mexicans making it. You know what I'm saying? Asians, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, whatever style of food you like, making it. And you can just make it on your own, like legitimately. And that's what I've been doing moving forward, because I'm tired of people playing on our freaking top. I'm really, 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 really tired of it. And once again, not every black woman is going to do this. There are black women that are raccoons. Not every black man is going to do this. There are black men that are raccoons. All we need is enough people to make a dent. And there's still plenty of black people shopping at Target, but it still costs Target billions of dollars because enough black people say, you know what? I'm cool. I'm good. And like I said, even if we were to get 30, 40, 50% of black people to do this, let's say 50% only do this. Imagine at your job if they told you, hello, today I'm cutting your wages by 50%. Would you be able to survive? Yes or no? Or would that cause you an extreme amount of difficulty? So as long as we can cause them an extreme amount of difficulty where they can't pay their rent or they can't do this, then boom, there it is. And now next time y'all go over there to the white tea people and see if they help you out. See if they support you. Because anytime I look, and I go to these places when I used to go, like to get some St. Louis fried rice or something like that, I've never seen a whole lot of white tea people in there. Even at the one that's near me, which is in like a white tea suburban area, I still never saw a whole bunch of white tea people in there supporting them like that. So it's just like, yeah, we'll see what y'all do now. Because I was one Asian dude that I saw yesterday. Dad, what was his name? His salon? I think it's called Chow Bella or something like that. Chow Bella Nail Salon. I think it's in South Carolina. He did something to some black woman. He did something to some black woman and was over there apologizing because his salon was empty. And I was like, exactly. Now nobody should still go. I don't care if he apologized or not. But I'm telling y'all, and the nail salon, like Neri said about the nail salon, let me tell you something. I said this earlier. I have never seen as many black women talking about the fact that they are doing their nails themselves and they not going. I've seen black people going literally in the nail salons, recording the fact that it was really empty. So I think they're really working on there. Now, as far as the beauty supply, I understand like if you need things for your hair, because I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not unrealistic, but if you can try to shop online to get these things, samsbeauty.com, and even if let's just say you run out of edge control and you got a date or something and you really have to go there, I just try your best to find a black owned beauty supply. Because even though black owned beauty supplies may not have everything there, the bare minimum, the bare bones, they will have it. So if you need some braids, they're going to have some braid in here. They're going to have that doggone expressions up in there. They are. And if they might not have all the boho curly that you want, but they're going to at least have a couple boho curlies that you can put in your braids. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm serious about this. And I'm just so happy that it's so many other black women that are serious about this too. And black men too. Cause I ain't gonna cap. I seen a whole lot of black men, setting on business too. I can't lie and say I haven't. Go ahead, Neri. You have something to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like there are definitely going to be people who still go to nail salons and beauty supply stores because I feel like people in the black community treat hair and nails as like a status symbol, and they'd rather look good than not give Asian people their money, especially since like Asian people, they get better deals because they speak the language and a lot of these things are being sourced from Asia. Wait, what's confusing? Juneteenth, baby. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. So like I feel like hair and nails are like the big thing in beauty supply stores because like that is where a lot of people get their extensions, their like clip-ins. So like if you can, I'd rather see people like give Jeff Bezos their money and buy online and like Amazon than like going into these supplies. Like see if we can like find a way to not give these people our money. And like the thing with like beauty supply stores is that in every urban area around this country and even in other parts of the world, you're going to find an Asian beauty supply store. Like in the most like urban areas, you're going to find it. It's not like a Target where like Target is like kind of like not everywhere. Like the beauty supply stores, they're everywhere. So like try to not give them your money.
Can I just add something, please?
Yeah. And okay, so I'll give you 2 minutes, Wakanda, and then I'll go down here to Queen because she has something to say. Go ahead, Wakanda. I'll start your time with this.
Thank you. Guys, I just wanted to also add that a lot of these beauty supply shops, if you go into the news and check with your local borough or your state office, we call them councils here in England, a lot of them are getting fined for questionable practices, for selling fake products, expired products. Because you have to remember, some of the biggest, dirtiest fakes are coming out of China. So just because the label says the same thing and you're in a rush, you're grabbing it. Some of us our edges are falling out. We're having scalp issues, not because we're laying our edges too much or we're wearing the wig too much. It's sometimes the actual product is fake. Like the packaging looks like what you're used to, but if you actually look for the serial number from the manufacturer, if you look closer, you'll find that it's not on there, and the formulation therefore cannot be trusted. So this boycott is imperative for our health. They don't give a shit about your health. They don't give a damn. Try and shop with black owned brands for your hairstyling, for your hair care as well. Avoid them as much as possible. Even on TikTok shop, some of the stuff is fake. And if you don't have anything to compare it to, especially if it's your first time buying a product to try it, you're at risk of putting chemicals on your body that are not tested, that are not formulated properly, they could contain mold, things that, microscopic that you can't see. Please let us be careful, because the truth of the matter is they don't give a shit about our health. Years ago, I got my nails done and the nails were not dissolving in acetone. Only God knows what that chemical was. A lot of them are just after the money. They could give a damn whether they sterilize their equipment or whether or not it makes you sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a good point. They have been exposed for using counterfeit products. I don't know if y'all remember that black lady Judy that does the miracle drops. Apparently, a whole bunch of people were saying that her products had made their hair fall out that they got from the beauty supply store, and it was exposed that they were using fakes from China. They weren't really her drops, and that's why people's hair was falling out, because it wasn't her product. But let me keep going. Let me go down here to Queen of Hacks. I'll go ahead and set your timer too, sis. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to share light because someone mentioned something about this being the first time. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm from Atlanta. So back when we were all on lockdown during COVID, and this made national news, so maybe some of you remember, there was an Asian massage parlor. It was a front. It was actually a brothel. And this YT man went in and he unalived, shout out to Atlanta. He ended up unaliving 6 Asian women inside of the brothel. And we're going to call it brothel because that's what it is. Now, and please do not mistake it. I do not think that anything that he did was right. No. But they interviewed him and they asked him, why did you do this? In total, he unalived 8 people, but 6 of them were the Asian women inside the developed a Smex addiction because that's where he was going and paying for his services. And his delusions made him believe that the only way for him to stop having this Smex addiction was to go into the brothel and unalive the women that he had been serviced by. Now, the Asian community said absolutely nothing, not only to the YT community, period, about this attack on these women. They also didn't say anything, made no statements about this man, this one person who went in and did this. But what they did do is they turned it around and they began to attack the Black community. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it happened during the COVID shutdown. They attacked the Black community because the way the Black community responded online, that's when you started to see the Asian community, because the Black people were saying, oh, well, we don't have to come in your stores. And they started putting hiring these young Black girls to work in their store. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were working in the stores, but they would be like working in the product area, like where the wigs are, never at the cash registers and things like that. So now what they're doing, because I went to Kroger's the other day and I decided to, because I don't shop at the beauty supply stores, haven't in over 10 years. I went in though to see who was shopping in there to, remind them of the boycott and to give them some addresses where we have some Black beauty supply stores in our area. And they had a Black cashier up at the register. The first time I've ever seen it, that fast. They had a Black cashier up at the register. So a lot of them are now trying to promote their stores as being Black owned when they are not, because they're trying to make these Black women the face of their stores, and they are not. So you're definitely going to have to ask questions. It's best to go online and find out where your Black beauty supply stores really are. And you're going to know when you walk in there if it's owned by Black women or not. We just have a different type of presence when we, enter into our own establishments and things like that. But that's what they're doing. They're fronting now.
And you know what, you guys, once Queen was talking about like the YT man that went in there and unalived all of those Asian women, I really feel like, Asian people, because I'm gonna try to upload this to YouTube, so to watch my words. This isn't a representative of all Asian people, but collectively, I feel that they are very submissive, like somebody said in a comment, to YT supremacy. And I just this is from the Asian American like justice website about Asian hate and all of that. They said that in 2020, like when everybody was blaming Asian people for COVID and whatnot, and you know how they were trying to make it like Black people were the ones that were attacking Asian people for their race and all of that stuff. It
Mm-hmm.
says here that 89.6% of the news stories that were about Asian hate, they were white T males. And but you notice that they, even though white T people made up 90% of the news stories regarding Asian hate, nobody ever said that. They put the couple random black people, I think it was a black man and a black woman that was out there bugging out and wilding out and bothering these people, made it like black people were representative of bothering them when it wasn't true. It's never been black people bothering them. If they had that much of a problem with black people, they wouldn't be able to make their money. Most places where they're making their money is filled with nothing but black people. So you're not gonna tell me that you're that scared for your life around black people, and black people are you doing you that bogus when you're clocking into work every day and opening your shop doors and making money. And not to mention that, I don't know if anybody knew this as well, but 75% of hate crimes are committed by white T males. 75% of hate crimes are committed at the hands of white T males against other races. And yet black people still receive the most hate crimes, even far above Asian people. So I don't understand where all of this stuff be coming from for real. But all I know is that I feel like they are afraid to say who really did it because they want white T validation so badly. So they're going to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and go to the black people because I know everybody likes to say that black people are the worst of the worst of the worst anyway. So nobody's going to challenge me if I say that it's them. You know what I'm saying? I find it to be disgusting. But Kalandra, you had something to say? So go ahead, sis. I'll set your timer. Go ahead,
I
Kalandra.
just wanted to say that I think that you made an excellent point, and then I don't know if y'all remember because I live in Atlanta, Georgia too. They also received that anti-Asian hate crime bill, like when the Black Lives Matter was trying to push that George Floyd crime, like to change police brutality, and they got that bill. But that's because Mitch McConnell is married to an Asian woman. But I think that the reason that that they're like that, because I saw videos like, and they do get treated like that by white T people. It was this video. I don't know if y'all be on Twitter, but I be on Twitter heavy. And this one white guy, he had pushed this Asian girl, shoved her into a door. It's not funny. But, and those same people like will come on the internet and be very rude to us. But the reason why I think that is because I saw a video where this guy, he explained it the well way, is that I feel like they are agents because they believe so much in white supremacy that they were put into our communities because banks were giving them loans and things to sell in our communities. And so that made them believe ACE's beliefs about us because I feel like other people, I think that the problem with other POCs, and I feel like this about all of them, they have anti-black beliefs about us because I feel like it's kind of like poverty in America. When you're middle class and you believe that poor people are the problem and you don't look at the man that just became a trillionaire. And so I think that's the same with them. They believe other races, all other POCs, I'm gonna say this, they believe that sometimes hating us and believing stereotypes about us will get them in with white T people. I do personally believe that. And then also I had a comment to that lady who wanted to talk about the adultification of black children. Like I said in the comments, I had a situation where I was in a Publix on the white T side of town trying to pick up some medication because my teeth was really bothering me. And my 3-year-old son, you know how 3-year-olds are, he got out of my hand, he ran down the aisle, and these white women were flinching at my 3-year-old. And I because my teeth was bothering me, I didn't have some time because I'm trying to go back and get him. But in response to her, it's nothing that black children and black little girls, black boys have to do. They're already adultified in society, and that is rooted in acism. And that's why like how y'all try to adultify black little girls. That's why 1 in 5 black girls, like that's why for me, I don't even like to call girls fast. I know this is kind of off topic, but for me, I don't like to call black girls fast. I think that I don't believe that children are fast. I believe that children are not taught boundaries, and when you're around children that are more exposed than you, curiosity underlies the cat. That's what I personally believe. But I do want to say that Asian people, all other POCs, be very anti-black towards us. Because for me, I worked around them and I have seen comments that they made about black children. And I would just be like, dang. But like I said, it's not really surprising to me because when you look at the 2024 voting and you see how some of them other POCs voted, it's not even surprising.
Yeah, I definitely got you. And let me say, when you talk about the adultification of kids, like I remember this happened with my youngest daughter. She was like maybe 6 or 7. And I was in this department store or whatever. And I was at this rack and this she looked like she was Arab or Hispanic. I really can't tell because she was kind of racially ambiguous, but she wasn't black and she wasn't YT. And she was putting up clothes on the racks. And then she saw my daughter standing there and she went and just like basically brushed her, put the clothes on the rack and like the clothes draped over my daughter's head. And I looked at her like she was crazy. I said, you ain't see my child standing there? She said something. I said, no, you ain't see my child standing there. Apologize to her because why would you do that? And then she said something and I just started going crazy, man. I've already told y'all that I'm a very confrontational person and it's things that I be trying to work on, but I really don't play. And I told her, I said, listen here, if you do not apologize to my daughter right now, I am going to destroy you right here in this aisle. I kid you, I'm sorry. Yeah, you doggone right, you sorry. You let the clothes, you just drape it over my baby head. Like, she couldn't even see. I'm like, Lord, girl, and that's what I mean. Like, when I see other people of other races' children, I respected their kids. I respected their babies. I watch out for them. I don't be looking at them crazy. Even if like they bumped into me or stepped on my toes I don't be looking at them because I realize that's a kid. But I don't feel like black kids get that same courtesy and respect. Like, oh, that's just a little baby. It's not the same. And I find that to be absolutely disgusting. But let me keep going because Monaco wanted to speak and then I'll go next up here to, I think it's Brown Sugar. It will be next. And hey, Brown Sugar. Go ahead, Monaco. Let me say, am I saying your name right?
You said Monico the first time. That was
Okay.
right.
Okay. I got you. Sorry, Monico.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it quick. So, Wakanda was definitely on point with what she said, well, everybody has been. But I want to just point out when I put in the comments, boho locks for hair. I have bought from them. They're out of the UK and they are great, excellent customer service, Black woman owned hair business, fast shipping. And I just highly recommend them. And also Doso Beauty here in America and out of Philly, non-toxic hair. They was on the Black owned as well, Black woman owned. They were on the news. So we do have options.
Monico, how do you spell that, Monico? You said Doso?
Doso Beauty, Dosso.
Okay.
Yes, they were on the news because when they tested all this hair and found out all this hair we use for braiding and stuff is really toxic, Doso Beauty came out on top as non-toxic hair, Black woman owned. So all we have to do is do the research. We can find hair, Black owned hair that's not toxic for braiding and other styles where we use hair. And then and also what Wakanda was saying about when she was talking about India, kind of off topic, but on topic about anti-blackness. I dated this Indian guy many, many years ago. And let me tell you, he told me this story, ladies, that I'll never forget. Now, he grew up in an affluent neighborhood. His father was a doctor. He grew up in an affluent neighborhood and he around all white people. You know what he told me? He said all his white friends used to stand around and call him a saying N-word and make all kinds of racially derogatory comments to him in his face. And he said he would sit there and laugh along with them, but he was dying on the inside. He said he hated it. And I said, why would you let them, how do you call these people your friends? Why would you let them sit in your face, play in your face like that and call you racially derogatory, horrible names like that? Why would you do that? And he says, well, I just didn't want to make trouble and, you know, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to fit in. But I said, that's racial abuse. And you know what? He was still friends with them up when we were dating. And you know what he did to me? He told me a lie and said his aunt was coming in town and I had to leave for the weekend because we were living together and because his family's religious and they wouldn't approve of him having a woman living with him. And then I found out afterwards, it wasn't his aunt. It was his racist white friends who were coming to visit, and he didn't want them to know he had a Black girlfriend. Now, I know that's just one anecdotal story, but the anti-blackness runs deep with these other folks of so-called color. And as much as I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to broad brush every single every person, but from what I've experienced and seen and observed, the anti-blackness runs deep. And so I'm standing 10 toes down for this boycott. I'm about collective uplift with Black folks. No matter where you are across the diaspora, I stand with you. If you stand with other Black people, I stand with you. And that's all I want to say. Thank you so much for letting me talk again, Triggered. All right.
Oh, no problem, Monico. All right, let me go next up here to Brown Sugar. I'm gonna wrap this up, you guys, too, because I'm over an hour. I'm gonna wrap it up soon, but I'm gonna let Miss Brown Sugar. Hey, how you doing, Brown Sugar?
Hey sis, hey ladies. I don't know what's going on. My DMs are restricted right now, so if you've been sending me lives, I haven't been able to see it. But I was wondering, I'm like, dang, Trig haven't been on live all this week. Um, but I did want to talk about, baddies is ruining young Black women, and I agree. There was a story that came out probably like 3, 4 months ago of this 12-year-old girl. These girls, I guess they were bullying her. She said, I don't want to fight. They end up fighting, and I think she hit her head on the cement, something like that, or the girl stomped her head out, and she ended up unaliving. And I'm like, why does it have to go to violence when it comes to girls? Like, I understand that there's going to be conflict, but why do you always got to go to, oh, let me put my hands on you to, I guess, to prove a point? I don't think that you should be putting your hands on anybody unless they say something like really crazy to you, like that's like off the wall. But I think petty stuff, it shouldn't go to that. And all baddies, I've never watched baddies. I think I watched like maybe 1 or 2 episodes in the past, but I didn't like it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But I just don't want to see women fight each other all day. Like, it's just not entertaining for me. I don't think it's funny. I think a lot of the women on there, they get used and abused, and they are fed alcohol and drugs to be angry at each other. What's going on? What happened? To hold on, Cassie. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Yeah, they're sorry, she made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, I don't like the show. I think Lemmy Plummer is disgusting, and all he does is capitalize off the degradation of BLK women, and then he has other women, biracial women. What is wrong with you? He is. On my knee. Okay, I'm sorry. You okay? All right, hold on. I'm talking. Oh my gosh, she's making me lose my minutes. Um, yeah, so I mean, I just, I don't like baddies at all, and I wish young women would stop watching it. I had to tell my friend, like, why are you watching a show like that? Like, you're going to school to be a lawyer. Why would you want to find that being entertaining? So, I really think that the stuff that you consume, you take that out, and it's a lot of younger women. And also, Trig, did you see that young girl who got unalived by her boyfriend while she was sleeping in the bed with her 2 children, and he pew her while she was sleeping?
Yes, I did. And but once again, like, I don't be trying to, I'm not trying to victim blame y'all, and I want y'all to understand it. I'm not, but I kid you not. I said this before, 8 out of 10 times this is coming from a person that is well educated on Black femicide. I have been researching Black femicide, millions of cases, literally for the past 3 to 4 years of my life. I am filled with so much pain and heartache from all of these stories. But I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 times, I go look at these men, and these men look like Pookies. Dead, unalived, soulless eyes. They got the Pookie hairstyles going on. And no, it's not the same for Black women, because like I had said, like, hey, Black women, when y'all see the NBA young boy hairstyle, y'all see the freeform locks, and they got them sticking up all over their head. They're not doing it for the reasons that Black women do it. Like when Black women lock their hair up, Black women get freeforms, Black women wear TWAs, or I just want to come in and love myself as a Black woman and love the hair that I have growing out of my scalp. These black men are not doing that for that reason, baby. They're wearing their hair in those ways because they're trying to imitate thugs, the worst parts of black male culture, and everything else. So when you see these men with their hair like that, you need to run away. And this isn't to say that a clean cut man can't unalive you. There's been stories of black men that are clean cut, even black men that are educated unaliving black women as well, or men of other races unaliving black women. But what I'm saying is, I kid you not, 8 times out of 10, when you see these men that are going that hard, like you're going to go somewhere, you're going to pew pew up the place with she's pregnant with your baby and other kids are there, and you don't have no emotional control, no impulse control. You're not even trying to sneak somewhere where you don't get in trouble. Try to do it on the low. You just out there raw dogging it, going crazy. Everybody see you pull out the blick and you just running away and all of this. Those type of emotionally unregulated knickknacks are the ones with their hair like that. And they always have a look. And like I said, it's 8 times out of 10. And I think 80% of black femicide cases could be avoided if black women would leave these pookies away, these broke dudes away, these men that don't have nothing, these men that have been in prison, these men that are coddled by their mamas. It's a whole, I feel like, method to it. And I really want to make a book about it, because if you look in their eyes, you will see that there's nothing there. Like I have went to these men's Facebook pages to look at their personal profiles, and I saw like several black men that had unalived their girlfriends or wives, and they're smiling and it's nothing there. They're smiling and the behind their eyes looks evil. And I'm like, sister, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this didn't give you pause. But once again, I really do. And I'm not trying to blame black women, but what I'm going to say is that black women are conditioned to think that it's okay to be disrespected by black men specifically. You are programmed, and I'll tell you why, how you're programmed. In the music, bitch, bitch, bitch. 304, 304, 304. Open your legs, get on this dick. Oh, look at you, you black hoe, you this, that. All of this stuff is going around in all of the movies, all of the music, all of the TV. You're seeing social media. And so a lot of black women become comfortable with disrespect. They think it's not that big a deal. Oh, it's not that big a deal that he called me a B. Whatever, that's not that big a deal. Even women accepting somebody calling you my bitch. Oh, that's my bitch over there. That's a bad bitch. Or what? Like, all of these things should turn you off. You should not even want to be with a man that would address you like that. And that's the reason why. So I understand why black women are making these choices, but that's why it's so important to understand that a black man that really love you, or a man of any race that really love you, will not talk to you in a degrading way. Whether it's for serious or for play or nothing, he's gonna talk to you like like you are his queen, and that's it. All of this other stuff is pointless. But I know I went on a rant, y'all, but I'm just saying, like, what Brown Sugar said just really triggered me, because when I heard that story, I immediately went to look this man up because there was no picture there. And when I saw his picture, I was like, well, I'll be hot diggity damned. Because he looks the same as 8 out of 10 of these men that unalive black women. But I'm sorry, Brown Sugar.
Trigger, sorry to cut y'all out. He was on probation for unaliving a man. Like, they got him off on manslaughter, and he was not allowed to have any type of weapon. Like,
and you see what I'm saying? And how many times have I said on this platform, I said, if a man has been to jail or been to prison, do not talk to him under any circumstance. I don't care if he was in there for a non-violent crime. I don't care what he was in there. If that man has been to jail or he's been in prison, leave him alone, because it is a very high percentage that men that have been to jail or been to prison, have been institutionalized in some capacity, will be violent towards you. That is a stat. If you don't believe me, look it up. Like, so when you are engaging with men, I don't care what sob story they give you. Oh, my daddy wasn't there. Oh, my mama didn't love me enough. Oh, I was just trying to provide for myself. Oh, I was just doing this, that, and the third. Oh, it was an accident. This other woman, she made me mad because she didn't listen to me, so I punched her. Or I did whatever. It don't matter what sob story he give you. If he has been to jail or to prison, leave him alone, because that could make you be in the dirt. And it's really just that simple. Honestly.
Right, Trig. I was
Oh,
just gonna say that. I was gonna say, and don't forget the talks that you always give on here about the women dating the felons. And her sister has done an interview. And this is not to blame her again. I just want to make that point. However, her sister has done an interview, and they were all aware that he committed an unaliving before. So you just don't know how a person, you even feel safe with a person like that.
yeah,
Another
because
thing I want
it's
to
crazy. It's
Right,
crazy because
but
how do you
another
feel
thing,
comfortable? Oh, I'm
right?
sorry,
How do
Trey.
you? Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say, and another thing too, like you were mentioning, how the women are the black women are being conditioned. Another thing that black women, the way that black women are being conditioned is when they're telling you, oh, you don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, everybody deserves a second chance. You don't know. Yes, you do. You judge a book by its cover. When it comes to these men, trust what you see. You judge them. Judge them. Okay, you're supposed to. And also, you don't have to be the person to give them a second chance. That's not, you don't put yourself in a compromising position. And especially when you already have children. If you have children, you definitely do not put your children in a position where they are in the company of people like that. Because even though he unalived her, she was lying in the bed with her two children, and he put 11 pew pews through that window, not caring if he hit those children that she had by somebody else. He had no love for her nor her children.
All right, all right. I got you, sis, and I totally agree with everything that you said. I have something to say, but Brown Sugar wants to say something, and I did interject on her. So go ahead, Brown.
No worries, but yeah, I kind of wanted to pin jump off of what Queen was saying. I'm sorry, I can't see your full name, sis. But when it comes to you having children, because I know femicide happens to women who don't have children, but when you have children, you when you entertain these men or talk to these men, your hindsight, your discernment has to be on 1,000%. Anything wrong looks, even if they don't have the locks, when they don't show their faces, when they show a whole bunch of money and all of that other stuff, there's so many things that you could detect. Hey, he's not the one. I was talking to this guy, and he didn't have a criminal record, but he said, oh, some people want to unalive me. I'm like, what? Oh, you're gone. So if you're in the mix with other people that's doing bad things, you're gone. I don't have time to be gone from this world and now no one's there to take care of my daughter. And I think women got to understand that if you're the sole parent, if something happens to you, what's going to happen to those babies? They're dependent on you. They don't care that you need to get your rocks off or whatever the case may be, that you want to be in love. These kids are looking for someone to take care of them and be there for them. And I'm definitely not victim blaming her, because I feel so sorry for her, because what he did was such in the most cowardice way to do it while she was asleep. But as Black women, we have to be careful, and it's okay not to date while you have children. She was 23 years old on her third child. And I'm so sorry that he took her life, and her babies she'll never get to see her babies grow up. Now her family has to rearrange their lives to take care of her. And you don't know that the family could be struggling. It's a financial liability to have children. And I think women really have to be more realistic of the dudes that they're messing with. And I think, Trig, something that you said that should be alive, how Black femicide is preventable. Now it may get people in the tensy, but Black femicide is 90% preventable. Besides that somebody unalive you in the street because you didn't want to give them your number, but it is 90% preventable and you can avoid it. But it's sad. I'm devastated by it.
All right, all right. I got you, Brown Sugar. I just want to say, Brown, we all have our own thoughts and opinions. I don't know if all of it's preventable, like 90%. I can't say for sure because I don't want people to cuss me out in the comments. I mean, I can't say if it's 90% preventable, but I can say that I really do think that a, a lot of cases, let me try not to say a number so that I don't get cussed out. I'll just say a lot of it, I feel, when I look at the men and I look at the fact that they've been felons and things like that, that you could avoid these men by never allowing these men in your space to begin with. And I'll give y'all just one more quick example as well. I don't know if any of y'all saw the story of that little girl. I think she was 8, who ran onto somebody else's porch and was
Right.
screaming and hooting and hollering because she was at home with her mother's boyfriend, who was a SMEX offender and just got out of prison doing a 21-year bid. My God, are you that desperate and thirsty for a man? I'll go look up this man picture. Ew, ew, ew. And it's just like, my goodness, are you that desperate for a man? Like,
And
it is
then
roses. You got roses. You got rabbits. You got bullets. You got all type of sausages that's rolling. When you put the batteries in and charge it up, they rolling and doing flips and dips on that pussy. Sorry, you know what? I'm doing too much. All I'm saying is that if that is, you need to be doing that as opposed to looking at a man that just got out of jail doing 21 years. And he's a SMEX offender. And then you leaving him alone with your vulnerable 8-year-old daughter. Because I think she was 8 or 9.
yeah, she
My
was 8.
God, what is wrong with you? How old was she?
She was 8.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying? Like, and those type of black women, I don't have no sympathy or empathy for them. The only people that I feel for if something happens is their children. Because, baby, you're a complete idiot. Like, there's something wrong with you. And in what world do you hear a man tell you, yeah, I just got out of jail for doing 21 years. And you say, yeah, okay, come over to my house. Live here.
I
Live
really
here
believe
amongst
that.
my kids. Hold on. I don't understand it. Like, that don't make no sense to me how you could ever do that. And then when your child ends up getting touched on, used and abused, now she's 20 or something, and she's telling you about how she's been tormented by the men that you have let in there. Now you want to be mad at her. Like, no. Women like that are the worst of the worst of the worst, because you can find love and partnership. It doesn't have to be in a man. Get you a best friend, get you a dog, pour into your kids, make your kids your friends and all that. Not trying to say to you want to put adult things on them, but get companionship from your kids. Go in there in the front room and watch some cartoons with them. Watch the Cartoon Network. Go on Paramount Plus like I do with mine and look at all of the old school cartoons. There's no reason why you should be sacrificing your kids and your safety to have some low-life bum around that I can guarantee you he not paying no bills over there. He not doing nothing for you except giving you some mediocre, stale Dizzy. I know he not giving you nothing else. Like, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't like that. And I just felt like when I seen that, it really made me sick to my stomach. And I hope that black woman wises up, even though she probably would not. But let me keep going. Who is next? Because I got to
I
wrap this up,
was.
y'all.
I
Kamandra,
just
go ahead,
wanted to
Kamandra.
add. I just wanted to add a point that I had sent you the story about the girl, because I live in DeKalb County, and she kind of got unalived right by where I stay. And when I looked at the case, and they were saying like how he was on probation, he wasn't allowed to have a weapon. Black women, you cannot save men. You are not a therapist. The most you can do for him is give him the number to a therapist. That stuff ain't cute. That stuff ain't funny. Being incarcerated does something to a person. And I be like, when I be scrolling late night on TikTok, and I be seeing like guys in jail and they be on lives, and I be seeing like women giving them their numbers. Like, come on, sis. Like, don't be desperate. Like, please, because that stuff is doing something to those men. That stuff is gonna have you 6 feet under. And now, unfortunately, no blame to her, but her choices have now led to her 2 very small children. I have lost a mother, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old without their mother. Now they have to be raised by their grandmother because of sad dating choices. And I'm telling you, like, for me, when I was growing up, I used to think that stuff was cute, and dating the hood guy, you think that stuff be cute, but that stuff gonna lead you 6 feet under. That man unalived that woman when she was carrying his child. No value. Unfortunately, the baby did not survive. No caring about his kids. And that's why I say incarceration does something to a person. And to that person in the comments, yes, juvie too. I don't care if he spent a weekend in there for private. Do not date people that have mugshots. Do not date them. Don't get him a chance. Don't get him your number. The best you should do is give him the number to a therapist.
All right, I got you. Okay, so I said I was gonna wrap this up, y'all, but y'all done got me all brown sugar and got me all whipped up on the stuff that she was saying. So I kept running my mouth, y'all. But okay, so I'm gonna go here to Feminine next, then Miss Wakanda, and then Miss McMiley, and then we're gonna wrap it up, okay? All right. Let me go to Feminine Melanie. I'll set your timer, sis. Go ahead.
Child, you nicer than me. I'm not even gonna give him a number to a therapist. Google it, honey. Google it. I'm not about to even try to look it up for you or none of that. If you really want one, you'll go and get one. I don't want to be bothered. You hear me? I have been sitting up here saying the same thing about certain guys and stuff since high school. Did not understand why the girls wanted them. I get the adventure part, the rush of things. But it's like, you can get that out of some of the other guys that didn't just come out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need that? And are we not looking up the guys when we meet them? We're in 2026, and you mean to tell me that chicks are not looking them up? Don't just listen to them saying, well, I just did a bid for X, Y, and Z. Go and verify that. Look it up. First of all, don't even just date them. But if you gon' date them, at least make sure you looking them up. Know what it is. Because there's absolutely no way you should be leaving your child, girl, boy, teenager, whatever. You should not be leaving your children with a guy that you barely even know. Why are you even moving in, guys, so soon? I will never understand that. Let the rest of the world give them a chance. You don't give them a chance. And you definitely don't give them a chance around your children. I cannot understand that. Didn't understand it back in the day. Don't understand it now. But leave those dudes to their own devices. Somebody said something like something has gotten into them or whatever. Probably that pain. That pain is probably getting in them. Now they taking all of that out on all of us once they get out. Stop dealing with them. Let them go. I don't care if it's your baby daddy that done went in and he done came out. You don't owe him anything. Not a thing. You hear me? Stop giving these rusty, dusty, it just makes my blood rush. Stop giving them chances. We owe them nothing. Guess what? They would not date you. They could have 2, 3, 4 records on themselves, but they won't date you. If you was to be coming out of them bars, they would not date you. They would have so many high standards against dating you. But yet y'all are giving them chances. Stop. Another thing I wanted to bring up was about the Asian hate thing. I know we rolling way over there, but the Asian hate thing is so true. When that thing came out, we had nothing to do with that as a Black community. And they ended up giving them money for that. For those who don't know, they ended up getting money, something like a little Asian reparations, because we were not frequenting their places during the vid. And they said that was part
I'll give
of
you 2 more
Asian hate.
minutes.
Oh, sorry. They said that was part of Asian hate. And that was the reason why. Now, mind you, Asians who do it, I want us to stop saying that they are trying to be close to the white man, because Asians did not like us before the transatlantic slave trade. They did not like us. They actually also enslaved us before that the transatlantic slave trade. And they have built their own culture around not wanting to deal with us for a very long time. They hide up under the white folks, but they are not doing it to appeal to white people. They have a whole agreement. That's why we can't never get none of these Asians that do something to us. We can never get them prosecuted the way that we are supposed to and get justice for it. They have a whole agreement with them. So I am enjoying, again, that, we are boycotting or doing a wealth transfer or whatever it is y'all want to call it. Shout out to y'all, because I have seen plenty of places that don't have people there. And, don't let me find out that y'all are at the black and yellow barbecue with the Asians who are trying to do sales and stuff for Juneteenth tomorrow. I'm going to call y'all out. And that's it.
All right. I got you, Feminine Melanin. I appreciate you for bringing up the fact that, yes, prior to the transatlantic slave trade, that, plenty of Asian people, empire societies and whatnot, they did enslave black people. So I don't know if that's something that everybody knew, and I don't think that they did. So I definitely appreciate Feminine Melanin for bringing that up there, because we ain't got no friends. It's not funny, but I'm just saying, whoever you thought you had a friend in, you don't. All right, let me keep going. The next up was Miss Wakanda. Let me set your timer, sis, and then it was Miss McMolly.
Thank you. Yeah, I love what my good sis said. She has every good point laid out. But I just want to also add that, where are my scamming, trapping, gangbangers at? Over there doing real bad. Call them cops. Call them cops. Call them cops. Yes, sis, call them cops. We stop feeling sorry for them. They're always like, oh, you're going to call the police and they're going to unalive a black man. Call the police. Call the police. You don't want to listen. You don't want to protect and provide like you always claim. Call the cops. Call the cops. This is the summer of call the police. Call the popo. Let them go. Call the police. Some of them are frustrated because they're remembering how they tore their nyash like freshly baked bread, and they're feeling very violated. So they now pour that frustration on us. Are we the ones that told you to misbehave and act like a monkey ass fool? And then you get sent up in there. Now you're bunk buddies with one big, thick, greasy guy that's taking you against your will. And then you come out here trying to act all extra macho because you know you was whining like a biatch. That's why a lot of them are so egotistical, because they know they was tearing that ass, baby. And a lot of the time, what I'm sick of seeing is black women telling each other, yeah, just go and get a wahite man. Go and date another man. They're even more crazy. Please stay away from them. The same way there's already racism. Some of these men are literally preying on us, knowing that there's this discourse between us and black men, and then they're now stepping in like, oh, I'll save you with this rope, and you're going to end up there. Look at that girl that went to Tanzania. That man looked effed up in the eyes. I like what Trigger's saying about reading people. We need to be more discerning. Saying women have been programmed to think that they're safe and secure around men. You're not safe and secure around men any more than you're safe and secure around women. You need to be discerning. People are different. Men and women are a danger to you. Always look around, look up and around you. Encouraging black women to date interracially thinking it's going to be better is actually very harmful, and I feel like it's already bad enough within our own community. But when you keep pushing that as if they're going to save you, the same people that enslaved you and set up the system to be against you, that's like pushing you out the frying pan and into the fire. A lot of them are ingrained in this ageism, so they're not coming out of it anytime soon. And a lot of you are going to find that if you do try to date them, you could be putting yourself in some very dangerous situations. And don't you dare go on a hike with any of them. What do they call it? An alpine divorce, where they're taking women out on a hike and then abandoning them in the middle of nowhere. Did you see that video the other day of them throwing that woman off a cliff like it was a scene out the Lion King? I said, and her fiance was there. The person filming it was even showing the rope is not tied. I think everyone was in on that. We need to be more discerning. Don't trust nobody. I don't care. Let them call you paranoid. Let them call you offstandish, whatever. No one's coming to get our backs. In the UK right now, they keep finding black women unalived next to large bodies of water. Three sisters were found unalived on a beach, and the police ruled it as not suspicious. You know damn well no black sisters going up in that cold ass water in cold ass England with a bust down 13x6 bust down lace wig into no goddamn sea. We ain't doing that shit. But yeah, it was ruled as not suspicious. No one is coming to save you. Do not trust anybody. Pushing this interracial rhetoric is dangerous. Let's just be discerning and just focus, because 9 times out of 10, they don't want our black asses in their family anyway. And definitely don't date a crim. This is the year to call them cops. Call them cops. Call them cops. Yes, sis, I said call them cops. I don't care about you've changed, because a lot of them now they're saying, oh, I found the Lord. I found the Lord. No, I don't care. If you found Jesus, let God come down. Send Angel Gabriel to give me a vision that you've changed and you're anointed. If God himself, if Jesus H. Christ is not coming into my bedroom at 3 a.m. to tell me that this man is for you, that he's changed, he's my anointed child, I'm not trying to hear shit that you got to say. You are a criminal. Go and be checking their record, get their first and last name, and go and run them in the system. Is it Claire's law or whatever the name of the law is? Megan's law. Go and look up who these niggas are. I'm sorry, you have to check it out. You can't trust nobody. Oh, I found Jesus. Sir, you're a son of the devil. Okay? You're a son of Satan.
All right. I got you, Wakanda. I mean, I agree with everything that Wakanda said, but I'm gonna tell you, anytime I have said that black women should look at all men as a potential threat, and this whole thing of black women being mad at black men to where they want to pedestalize white T men, because it's only to get back at black men and be like, aha, I see what y'all do with the white T women, so let's do this with the white T men. I have gotten cussed out. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten cussed out, how many evil emails people have sent me, evil DMs, cussing me out, dragging me by the edges, so much so that now I got the Sherman Hemsley, the whole baldy on the top and here on the sides, because black women have ripped my hair out. I promise you, it's been so crazy. I'm just glad that there are other black women that feel this way. I'm not trying to say that who you have to date. I'm not trying to make you date black men. Why in the world would I want you to date black men? If you date black men, what am I getting out of it? Like, I'm not getting the poison. Like, you doing what you're doing. I am not have no hands in it. But I promise you, I have said that a million different times, that the only thing I ever want black women to understand is that all men are at risk. Just because somebody is white tea does not mean that they're going to treat you better and treat you well. And I don't even be exposing people. I can't tell you how many, because people that message me, talk to me in confidence, I respect their confidentiality. But it's so many black women that have told me about their horrible experiences with white tea men. They have done things that are just as bad as black men, or even worse. And they used to tell me that when I was doing hair too. I can't tell you how many times. So I'm in a different position of like, what are we doing? Like, I kid you not, I had to block some ladies because they used to be in my lives. They had a live stream with white tea men in there. It was nothing but them, black women and white tea men, and they were in there dragging Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and a whole bunch of other, like, black men that are like, I would say historical icons. And even though those men were imperfect, and I can admit that, you letting white tea men come in here and do it gave me the ick. They were like, this is for black men. Y'all think that y'all are affecting black men by allowing white tea men to racially degrade the people in your community? I don't know. It was just like, it was just blowing my mind. Like, I just couldn't believe it. But anyway, let me keep going because I've been yapping too long. Let me go to Miss McMiley. Sorry about that, sis. Go ahead.
Hi Trig, you're good. But basically, to piggyback off of what you ladies were saying, so I actually live in Shreveport of the man that like unalived all his children, which was so sad. My school had a vigil for them and such, and honestly just couldn't believe it. And as a young woman herself, mind you guys, I've never dated yet. Like, I've never had a boyfriend, never held hands with a guy, nothing like that. Nothing intimate at all. And of course, being on social media and such, guys come my way and what have you. And it's all races. It's not just black men. But the couple of encounters I've had, like when I first started like taking social media seriously, I was like 18, and a guy like FaceTimed me on like an app, because I don't give up my phone number or anything. And he's from NOLA, like he's from New Orleans. And then he was like, hey, like, can I show you something? Mind you, I didn't even know his first name yet. And then I was like, okay, this probably ain't gonna be good. But I was like, yeah, go ahead. He flips the camera and he shows me 5 pew-pews on his bed, hung up and blocked. I was like, oh my goodness. And then the second time, last year, when I was in my senior year of college, I did a school event and we had to be partnered up with guys to be chaperoned or what have you. I didn't know any guys at my school because I never stayed on a dorm. I would just drive there. And the guy I was with, they put us all in a group chat to where he ended up getting my phone number. And whenever, the function was done or whatever, he basically called me and I was bored, so I hung up. And then he was like, hey, so like, I really like you and I think we should date. Mind you, it had only been 2 days and he wasn't even my partner. I didn't know this kid and he was younger than me. So he was like 17, I was like 18. So I didn't, but, I was 19, I'm sorry. But, and I ended up having to block him too, just to find out a couple weeks ago, he has a charge for hurting a girl at my school. And I was like, oh my gosh, like you ladies were saying, discernment is real, because I will never, ever, ever, based off how I was raised, I would never, ever, ever settle for any sort of male gaze, male attention, or anything like that, because it's just not worth it. Like, I paid attention to the Sade case where she went on a date with that white teen man, and so on and so forth, other beautiful Black women that have unfortunately lost their lives. Like I said, it's not just Black men, it's all races of men. And honestly, I just can't let my guard down for anybody. And I'm just so thankful that, like, my parents raised me to have self-respect, high standards for myself, and to not settle for just the first guy that says, hey, you're cute, because, like I said, saying and action are two different things. And I'm just so happy that I know this as a young woman. And I'm honestly, like I said I refused to date until I finished school, and I wasn't gonna change that because my skin is healthy, everything's healthy, and yeah, I'll land there. And I'm not desperate to date right now.
Well, I got you, Miss McMiley. Well, I tell you what, I'm extremely proud of you. I think it's great that you graduated. I think it's great that you are focusing on yourself and, not these men. And it's not to say that you can't down the line find a man that will respect you and treat you correctly. But I say this all the time in my videos. As a Black woman, you will always get the best if you accept nothing less than that. So if the only type of man you're going to entertain is the best man, then you're only going to get the best man. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be prepared to be like, hey, if he doesn't come in this particular time frame, I'm not willing to settle. And as long as you're not willing to settle, then you're always going to get the best that you can have. And this is something that I want to say really quickly, is that I really want Black women that are in the position of dating or looking for a relationship to not prioritize that above your health, above your safety. If you have children, above the lives and the well-being of your children. Your children are just little people that will grow up to be adults. Do you want to put them in positions to where they will be ruined? And I was thinking about that story that happened recently of a Black man that was dating a Black girl. She had a baby that was 5 months old. Now, first of all, but she said that she'd been dating him for 3 months, which is crazy, because that means that when your baby was 2 months, where you barely are out of the healing period for, not even doing anything with anybody due to birthing the child, you up here talking to another man that isn't even your child's father. Because what's going on here, sister? But she left her 5-month-old baby with this man that she had been dating for 3 months. The first time she left her baby with this man, while she went to work, this man cracked the skull of her newborn and unalived it. And that's what I mean, the cost that children are paying, because there are a lot of Black women that cannot be alone, that have to center a man in some way. And it's just like the men that they are choosing to center are not even worth the skin that they're in. Like, what in the world type of validation are you getting from a man that is broke, a loser, is in your place? He doesn't have a place to go. He's watching your kid while you're at work because he doesn't have a job. How that is something that I really want a lot of Black women to understand, is that you got to get your self-esteem up. Because think about this. If there were Black men out there, right, that were reasonably attractive, they had a job, they had a car, they were educated, do you think that they would just be getting the local smackhead off of the street? Or some girl that's been in jail for 15 years, or she got like 10 kids by 10 different men? No, those Black people be like, excuse me, I'm above that. Are you crazy? Get away from me. But for some reason, black women don't use that same thing. And so many black girls and black women that are educated, attractive, got a car, got a place to live, but doing things for themselves. And then they go reach their hand into a pile of poop and pull out a black man and like, oh, this about to be my man. This about to be your man. Really? Why? Why is he about to be your man? Like, and I really want black women to build up their self-esteem. And I know that it is easier said than done because the world seeks to break the spirit, to break the self-esteem of black women. That's why if no matter where you go, it's always going to be a slur for black people. People are always trying to talk about black women and say that we're this and we're that and we're this, but you're not. And where your standards come in and you attracting someone is going to come from is by simply telling yourself what you are. And I really believe this because scientists say that if you say something to yourself enough, your brain will believe it. Okay? So if you need to get up there when you get out of the shower, when you're in most natural state, looking at who you are authentically, tell yourself you are that girl. You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are amazing. You are divine feminine. You are all of that and then some. And the only thing that you want to attract into your direction is somebody that is on your beautiful standard. Okay? And I really, really mean that. And even if you don't believe it at first, if you keep saying it over and over and over and over again, and you drill that into your head, eventually you will believe that, and eventually that will emanate out from you. People be like, oh, who is that? Wow, she got like a glow to her. Like, wow, she really got it. Like, you know how some, and because I remember one time I was saying this and one black woman was like, I'm unattractive. Like, men don't like me. They think that I'm ugly. And I was trying to tell her, like, sister, you're not ugly. You're not ugly at all. Everybody has something beautiful about them, even if you are not conventionally attractive. Have you ever seen somebody that is not conventionally attractive, but it's just something about them, their presence, their aura, that just knocks them up and you just like, oh, it not puts them up on a scale higher? You like, oh, wow. Like, I don't know. It's just something about that person, about their spirit, about their aura that's attractive. So regardless of what you got going on, if you don't build up the love that you need to have for yourself inside, nothing else is going to go. You know, now I believe in God. I believe in the creator. I know a lot of people don't, but if you do, prayer is going to be crucial. Praying to God, for real. Praying to God to build you up so that God can help you on all of those things. Like, and if you don't believe, that's fine too, because I'm not here to push my belief systems on you. But if not, then you need to make sure that you get in that mirror every single day and say these things to yourself. And even if you believe in God, you need to do it too. But I'm just saying, like, for real, y'all, because we are being preyed upon right now. Our energy is being harvested, and people are using our backs to step on to get to the next level. Because when people want to get to a higher place, the first place they step is on a black woman's shoulders. Step right on your shoulders, step on your head, knock you down, and then they're on the rise. So, anywho, y'all, I'm about to wrap this up and get out of here. But if anybody has anything to say, like a minute or less, y'all, because I got to go. I've been bumping my gums way too long, even though I loved hearing from all of y'all. I really did. But if anybody has something else to say, speak now, forever hold your peace, ladies.
I just want to add, happy Juneteenth. But also, Black women, please take care of yourselves. If you have children, take care of them. One thing that has helped me build my self esteem is that I created like a daily mantra. I say it to myself every morning, and I came up with a sovereign Black woman mantra. And I tell myself how great I am, how deserving I am for the things that I want. And it has helped me not settle when it comes to dudes. And if they had any ounce of things that I don't want, they're gone. And it's simple as that. And it feels good to kick dudes to the curb that really aren't for you, and not caring about how anybody else feels, and protecting your peace, your space, knowing, if you do want to date, being patient, and maybe you'll find the right person. But also, if you have children, just please be cautious and know that their lives do come first before yours, and know that it's your duty to protect your children and making the right decision. And thank you, Trick, for holding this space. I love the live, and it was great talking to you, ladies. Thanks.
Okay, I got you. I agree with Brown Sugar. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry about that, ladies. I had a phone call. Does anybody else have anything to say, y'all?
I'll just say something real quick. Um, I am very proud of how things have been changing. And I know we speak on each other and what we should and shouldn't be doing and things like that. But I just want to say we are doing so much better. If you need to just recognize and notice that Black women are starting to choose better and starting to walk away from these dudes, just tap into some more YouTube channels that are talking about how women are walking away, how women are not giving the chances. And I mean, like, specifically Black women. We are doing a better job, but we have a long road to go. And I just want y'all to think about making sure that you have your daughters aware of what is going on out here. Start them early. I started my daughter early. She's 20 years old. I started her so early. And people are like, why are you talking about topics with her like this? Because every time I see something that I need to put an example of so that she can see while we're out in the world, I do it immediately. And I am excited for the choices that she makes when she's talking to guys, who she gives her time to, who she don't. And I think that is going to be very beneficial to us to not limit the thought that our girls are too young to know. And we want to keep them innocent and a child, though there are ways to still talk to them and warn them about the type of guys that are out here. We have got to start them early because the boys are so advanced and they're already taught to disregard our daughters so early. And if we don't step in and get their minds equipped now, like early, then they are going to be back into the same cycle that we are trying to pull ourselves out of. And I'll land my plane there. Thank you very much for having me on again today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you, you what? I'm not even sure what.
You there, feminine?
But I do not get on here. So whatever it does, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great week.
All right. I got you, feminine melanin. I mean, I definitely agree with what you said as well. And I think that you made a great point. And it's something that I think I've been neglectful in saying. And I just want to say it today. Black women are doing better. Black women are doing better. Young Black women are doing better. Older Black women are doing better. Black girls are doing better. We are doing better. And I know that it's bad because sometimes I just focus on, hey, we need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this. We need to do that. But I also think that it is good to also speak life when it needs to be. And I have been neglectful in that, doing that today. And let me just say, we are doing better. Just like Feminine Melanin said, there's a lot of Black women not going for that. It's a lot of Black girls not going for that. It's a lot of young Black girls like from like 18 to 21, 22 that are doing what they need to do. And they are standing on business. They're being educated. They're not messing with these boys. They're not getting pregnant. They're not letting a man derail their life course and all of that stuff. So I just want to say that I'm proud of all of you guys. I think you guys are all of the ladies that came up here today, all of the ladies that are in the chat, because it's a lot of ladies that I see all the time. I just want to say, I honestly, truly, truly respect all of you guys. I think all of y'all really legitimately, honestly, are beautiful, intelligent, funny, all of that. Like, and just so educated, just so dope, just so feminine and fine and all of that in so many different ways. Like, y'all actually like, y'all bring life to me. Y'all pour life into me simply with y'all presence. And I really want y'all to know that it's so many times that I have felt stressed out because I have anxiety sometimes, y'all. Or like I could be stressed about something, or I could be just stressed about like life and femicide and all the research that I'm doing. And I'll come and I'll talk to y'all and y'all will actually revitalize me. So I just wanted to say that, like, I really, really, really do appreciate y'all. And I want every last one of y'all to know how amazing and special that y'all truly are to me. And I know that y'all could be anywhere, talking to anybody, spending y'all time doing anything. And it really means a lot that y'all would take the time to come in here and chop it up with me and express you guys and express yourselves. Like, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that's all I really had to say. I love y'all. And hopefully with each of these lives, like, we can just prevent more and more Black women from avoiding making certain mistakes and things like that. And even if we just affect a few, even one is good enough. One life being saved is good enough. But I think we can do more than one. But that's all I'm saying, y'all. So I will see y'all later. I appreciate all of you guys. Love y'all. And I will see y'all next time, okay? All right. Oh, and follow me on YouTube if y'all haven't already. Follow me on YouTube and follow me on my second channel as well. It's called Certified Overreactions. It's just going to be a fun channel of mine where I do food reviews and movie reviews and anime recommendations and all of that. Do not judge what I'm watching over there, y'all. Okay, because I be watching anything. Tyler Perry, Tubi, all type of trashy TV. I be watching over there. Okay, so don't judge me over there on the second channel because it's just for play. All right. All right.